Hi everyone. Sorry, I know it's been quite a while since I put out a video. To be quite honest, I was actually really struggling with my tank. Um, and, I never felt comfortable putting out something where the tank didn't look good. Even though, I probably could have benefited from creating videos and talking to people and seeing how to fix these things. But I just didn't feel great about putting a video out with the tank and it not looking how I'd like. And so essentially I was dealing with a cyanobacteria issue. I was doing a bunch of research and nothing was working. I was trying to balance the nitrates and phosphates. And essentially it just came to the point where I just went to the fish store I go to, great place. And I straight up just asked them, what to do. And they said, or they asked, have you ever tried slime out? And, I immediately said, no, I want to do it the natural way. And they basically were like, look, you're not going to beat it. Everyone wants to do it the natural way, but we stopped fighting it a long time ago and you should just do it. It's very easy. And so I basically threw in the towel. I used the slime out. Would totally recommend, by the way, fantastic. It's just like a little powder that you put into the tank. And I think you got to kind of take out the carbon that might be in your filter if you have that. And then also you want to do a water change about 30% 2 days after you put it in. And then if there's any cyanobacteria still in the tank, you can do another dose. But it's, really great product and got rid of the cyanobacteria. But then after that, the cyanobacteria was gone, but my plants weren't really thriving like they were before. Even with the CO2, I was putting nutrients in the tank and I couldn't figure out why. And here's the big thing I want to share today. So about 6 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, 4 or 5, I got some aqua soil. It's the Ultim aqua soil, I believe. And when I put it into the tank, obviously probably not a good idea to just switch out the substrate, but I'm learning here. So I switched it out and plants were doing normal for a while. They were pearling with the CO2 and then all of a sudden they kind of just started not doing that great. And they were browning and yellowing and they weren't pearling anymore. And I could not figure out why, essentially. And so I had gravel before and they grew in the gravel. And so I could not figure out why now when I have better soil with more nutrients, why all of a sudden my plants aren't doing well. And something that I learned, and I don't believe they put this on the bag, maybe they do. So I apologize, Ultim, or to any of the aqua soil companies if I'm incorrect about this, but there's nothing on the bag that says that the aqua soil soaks up phosphates. And so what I eventually found out was that my aqua soil was sucking up the phosphates and I was dealing with a very, low phosphate, high nitrate environment here, which was fueling the cyanobacteria. And I just, it took me forever to learn this. And so looking back now in hindsight, it makes sense why the plants were growing in the gravel because I have phosphates in my tap water. And so I'd put the tap water in the tank and the plants were getting their phosphates that way. And obviously the gravel isn't sucking up the phosphates. So they were growing and there was obviously nitrates because my tank was balanced. But with the aqua soil, they were not. And so what I did, I went out on a limb, not really a limb, but I guess I took a small risk. I got some of the, this product here, the Flourish Phosphorus, and I started dosing my tank heavily. And basically have been trying to keep it to 2 ppm. And sorry, let me take a step back here. During this, what I also found out was my test kits were very inaccurate. And so I was using some of the test kits, not gonna say any names, but the ones that they give you, actually some of them I bought online, Some of them were phosphate specific checkers, and other ones. I had a bunch of test kits, and none of them were actually giving accurate readings. And so what I did was I went out and got the Hannah phosphate and nitrate checkers. And I'll show you what they look like here. But they essentially come in a box like this. And so this is the nitrate one. It's purple. And what it does is it uses light, and you put the reagents in, and it scans the color with the light and gives you a digital reading. And so you're not just looking at the color with your eye and comparing it to a color on like a sheet that they give you. You're actually able to get a real reading. They're considered the gold standard, and this made a huge difference for me. And so, long story short, I have put my phosphates to 2 parts per million and my nitrates to about 20. I do have that 10-to-1 ratio, obviously. And I'm very happy today because finally my plants are back to pearling. They all look amazing. As you can see here, you can see the bubbles. I mean, they're all literally pearling. I've actually never had carpeting plants pearl yet, so I'm just really excited. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of the, I started doing this about a week and a half ago. I started upping the nutrients. And then what I also found out was that my light was not strong enough. I had the Night Crew LED Pro, I think it's called. And I thought it was strong enough, but no, it is not. And so what I went out and did was I bought the Chihirio WRGB Pro 2. And that has made a huge difference. So now my plants are getting the right amount of light, and I feel like I finally achieved that balance. And so hoping that I can start to put out some more videos here. I hope this is beneficial to you all, because I couldn't find information anywhere on this. I was just really struggling. I was using Grok and ChatGPT. I was looking up articles. Everyone's saying you need different amounts of nutrients. People are saying that nutrients being too high cause cyanobacteria and algae. And I don't know, it just feels good to finally get the tank back to, not even back to, but it feels good to get the tank thriving and the plants thriving again. And I know now they have more potential because I have a stronger light and now the aqua soil, and I think I finally got the balance. So to all you guys out there who are trying to get this balance and are struggling and might feel kind of defeated, just keep going. What I recommend doing, if you have aqua soil, get one of those Hannah test kits, check your levels, keep it at 2. They do need the phosphorus at 2 parts per million, or at least 1. If your plants are just not doing that well, that might be the reason why. And try and keep that 10-to-1 ratio with your nitrates and your phosphates. That really helped me. Unfortunately, every day right now I have to go and test it, make sure I have those levels right, and it kind of gets annoying. So my next step is kind of getting to a schedule to where I know exactly where my nutrients are going to be at a perfect balance based on what I'm putting in and based off like my routine and whatnot. So I'm excited for that, but I'm just happy to see the tank thriving finally. As you can see, I got rid of the background too. I'm going to be asking for one of the canister filters. I think it's I forget what the brand's called, but it'll be a heater as well. And so really trying to make this look like a real aquascape, and I'm looking forward to this stuff taking off, because nothing's better than seeing the plants pearling once again. And as you can see, they are all pearling. So yeah, super exciting stuff. That's it. So glad to be back, and thank you guys for watching, and hope everyone is doing well out there. And if you ever have any questions or anything about your tank, definitely feel free to reach out. I'm still learning, but I do feel like it's not a niche hobby. I mean, it kind of is, but it can be difficult to find information sometimes. So It never hurts to ask, and definitely always feel free to reach out. I might be able to provide some sort of information that might help. So yeah, thank you everyone. See you next time. Bye.